Still looking at me.
What's going on, Mighty Gang? How's it going? It's your boy, the Multitasker, and welcome back again to another reaction. So, looks like I got a brand new request from the Power 008, and he wants me to react of the top 10 Japanese superheroes franchises. And this is obviously from Mojo TV, so I am curious to see which makes it from all the way from the 10 to the number 1. So that is a very interesting to see. So without further ado, it's time to react.
If you thought America had a monopoly on superheroes, think again. I'm Ashley with Watch Mojo, and these are the top 10 Japanese superhero franchises.
Kamen Rider Rebuild.
For this list, we're looking at the superhero franchises from Japan that impresses all the most, be they animated or live action. Ready? List.
Let's go.
Number 10, Garo. A relative newcomer to the live-action TV superhero game, this franchise from creator Keita Amemiya follows Koga, one of several magical warriors tasked with fighting terrifying and predatory monsters known as horrors.
Ooh, I don't believe I've never seen this before.
This franchise is an excellent place to start for those looking for something a little more dark and moody, one that eschews the comedy relief and lightheartedness found in some other franchises on our list.
It looks cool.
It also helps that it doesn't have dozens of entries, which makes it a tad less daunting to know where to start. If you're looking for something with brooding heroes, epic sword fights, and top-notch creature suits, look no further.
Though. It's crazy.
Number 9, Gatchaman.
Gatchaman, yes.
Eagle-eyed viewers may recognize the heroes of this veteran franchise from its North American adaptation, Battle of the Planets. But before they came stateside, this team had taken Japanese airwaves by storm.
Science Ninja Team Gatchaman. Just want to give you a heads up that I used to have about like 1 or 2 volumes of the original series, and including of the full-length animated movie, which that's to the first season. So I thought I just wanted to give you a little heads up that I have been caught on with it. So it's been a long time, and it's just a real shame though.
A group of bird-themed ninja superheroes, the group is dedicated to overthrowing Galactor, a villainous organization bent on harvesting the world's resources. The original 105-episode anime series was followed up by a feature film and 2 subsequent series, so there's plenty to sink your teeth into when it comes to this franchise.
Oh yeah, Gatchaman Crowd. I've heard about this.
And that's not even getting into the subsequent adaptations and live-action movie. Few anime heroes have more history behind them than this team.
And the funny thing is, there was supposed to be, they were going to do an animated movie from Imagine Studios.
Number 8, Metal Heroes.
That they canceled
this sadly departed franchise stars a variety of heroes, from policemen to ninjas to scientists, all united by their shiny metallic costumes. Beginning in 1982 with Space Sheriff Gavan, the franchise continued well into the late 90s until its final entry, Ironbark Detective Robotech. While the franchise isn't well known outside of Japan, some entries received American adaptations in the style of Power Rangers.
Yeah.
If you watched Big Bad Beetleborgs as a kid, odds are something will look familiar about the heroes of B-Fighter. The franchise being on the ice also hasn't stopped some characters from occasionally returning, like when Space Sheriff Gavan met the heroes of Gokaider.
Oh, really? Okay. Wow.
Number 7, Astro Boy.
Astro Boy.
One of, if not the most recognizable anime character to ever grace the screen, the boy robot known in Japan as Mighty Atom is one of the poster children for an entire genre.
Oh, Mighty Atom. I didn't know about that.
First appearing way back in a 1952 manga by respected artist Osamu Tezuka, the character soon became the star of a hit animated series that influenced the look of Japanese animation for decades to come. Following the adventures of a lovable and oddly shirtless robotic boy, the franchise has since taken the form of new series, movies, games, and every kind of merchandise you can imagine, making its pointy-haired hero an icon of post-war Japanese culture. Number 6, One Punch Man. What's the best way to take the concept of superheroes and completely flip it on its head? You lead your show with a hero so powerful he can defeat any enemy with a single punch.
Yeah, what can be expected from a hero?
Originally a web manga by author One Punch Man tells the tale of the bald-headed Saitama, who seeks to find an opponent worthy of his overpowered abilities. While the concept of a superhero who can defeat any opponent may sound like it would get old fast, One Punch Man breaks this misconception with a wonderful supporting cast who are just as entertaining as Saitama himself.
You disgust me. Get lost.
What's with the attitude from this lost child?
That is Tornado. Number 5, Sailor Moon.
Okay,
As
I remember
beloved
Sailor
in North
Moon.
America
Yes,
as it is in
I
Japan,
used to watch
this
it when it
franchise
was
began
aired
as a
on
manga
Toonami.
by Naoko Takeuchi, before becoming a bona fide anime sensation when it hit screens in the early 90s.
No way! What's going on? I don't believe it. I transformed.
The franchise follows the heroic Sailor Soldiers, or Sailor Scouts, a group of planetary
Sailor
warriors
Sc-
led by
Sa-
the titular
Sailor
hero,
Soldiers,
who
that was
must
probably
balance
what
their
they were
everyday
originally
lives
called.
with fighting the forces of evil.
Fire!
This is perhaps the most recognizable iteration of the magical girl, or maho shoujo genre, which focuses on young girls and women able to transform into elegant and powerful superheroes. Don't let the cute little sailor uniforms fool you, these ladies are tough as nails.
I think I understand they're planning on trying to bring it back. I don't know if that was last year or 2018. I
Number
can't
4,
remember.
My Hero Academia. In a world where superpowers are the norm, the unlucky Midoriya is one of the few who does not possess such a quirk.
This is
Despite
also
this,
a
his dreams
popular
of becoming a
anime
hero
series.
and attending the legendary school UA High remains unshaken, although unlikely.
Young man, you too can become a hero.
But a fate encounter with All Might, the greatest hero of his generation, changes things entirely, and the young boy soon finds himself on the path to superhero greatness. It's a series of high-intensity battles, diverse characters, and a whole lot of heart.
That was so freaking epic.
Number 3, Ultraman.
Ultraman.
A creation of Japanese special effects maestro Eiji Tsuburaya, this titanic hero actually began as a spin-off of an earlier series entitled Ultra Q. While that series was certainly a hit, the addition of a giant monster-fighting alien hero turned it into a media sensation, and a franchise that continues to this day.
It was considered the series was meant to be as the first
Each
generation.
entry in the franchise focuses on one or more humans who become the human hosts of a warrior from the far-off nebula M78, who arrives on Earth to defend it from alien threats. With over 30 entries, no other superhero series can beat this one for longevity. And its supply of monsters and city-destroying mayhem seems inexhaustible.
Ultraman RB. I get it. An Ultraman red and blue. Gotcha. Creative.
Number 2, Super Sentai.
Super Sentai.
When evil rears its ugly head, these color-coded fighters will always be on hand to protect the innocent. Following the smash success of Himitsu Sentai Go Ranger, a franchise was launched that eventually came to be known as Super Sentai. While they may look similar, each entry builds an entirely new mythology for itself, debuting a cast of heroes with an entirely unique backstory.
Pet Ranger.
Of course, they do always end up piloting a giant robot of some sort, be they samurai, pirates, ninjas,
AKA
wizards, or even
Power
humanoid
Rangers.
animals. And if all this looks a tad familiar, that's because this is the franchise that served as the basis for the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yeah. I did watch all the episodes, by the way.
Before we reveal our number 1 pick, here's some honorable mentions.
Kikaida. There was an anime series of it at the first season, and it was part 2. Chucho Sessen. That's one thing I have not seen. Cutie Honey. I definitely be familiar with this. I need to check this one out as well.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Kamen Rider. This decade-spanning franchise began with the story of Takeshi Hongo, a young man transformed into a superhuman warrior by the evil Shocker organization. But before they were able to brainwash him into a loyal Shocker soldier, Takeshi escaped and became their greatest enemy, a masked hero dedicated to justice. Thus began the Japanese superhero franchise to end them all, a multimedia powerhouse of shows, movies, and merchandise. Whether it's the light-hearted fun of Kamen Rider Forze, the video game-inspired Kamen Rider X-Aid, or the dark and adult-oriented Kamen Rider Amazons, no subsequent iteration has failed to honor that first show's legacy of hot-blooded justice, motorcycles, and high-flying rider kicks. So which of these Japanese superhero franchises do you like the most? Let us know in the comments below, maybe check out this other video, and subscribe to Watch Mojo.
Well, to answer that question, well, I'm just going to say mostly Kamen Rider because the first series was considered a classic and the best one. And not to mention, there was also Kamen Rider Black and also RX, which that ironically, that became the US version known as the Mask Rider, which is, Mask Rider that doesn't quite, didn't kind of make sense, and maybe that was supposed to be how catchy it was because, 90s. But yeah, my personal favorite was the Super Sentai Kaku Ranger, which is basically that's the Ninja Super Sentai, which ironically that also the US became known as the Alien Rangers, which makes no sense, but it is what it is. And Kikaida. That's another memorable classic of a live TV show that became an anime. And to be honest with you, some of the classic ones that deserve to get be as maybe a revamp or a reboot, if you ask me, like Gatchaman, Kamen Rider, and Kikaida. Those are the only three I can guess, and that can bring back the franchises. So, but what do you think about it? But that's all the time I have, and thank you, the Power, the 008 of this clip, because yes, I do my best to watch some of the good shows, even though they were cheesy, but still, this was the finest moments throughout the 70s and the 80s of the creativity and to keep most of all entertainment. So that's all I got to say. So if you enjoyed this, let's leave it a likes and also leave a comments down below. And if you have any requested videos that you want me to react, I'll be more than happy to do so, just for the sake of entertainment and my damn best. And with that, Mighty Adventure signing out, but I will catch you all in the next video. So take care, everyone, and good night.